And it is still Countdown, Europe's #1 rock show. A very special guest. I'd like to hear it for Sheena Easton.
Thanks.
Well, I mean this. It's really good to have you here.
Thank you.
I'm serious. Now, let's start about your new single right away. What comes naturally? I couldn't help noticing your voice is like getting stronger and stronger. Is that just me, or is that true?
I don't know if it's getting stronger, but some of the new production techniques we're using, I'm making a point of having the voice mixed up in the track, so it's not drowned out by the drums and stuff. So I think maybe you can just hear it a little bit better than before.
But, because I can understand if you're like a successful singer, can you stop practicing, or do you keep on doing singing lessons?
I don't practice, and I
No?
and I never took any singing lessons. It's terrible. Well, before I do a live show, I usually kind of, as I'm getting ready, I listen to CDs and I sing along with them, and kind of hum in the shower, and that's it.
Your own CDs or other?
No, never my own CDs. I've heard enough of those.
Okay, who do you like to hum along with most?
Basically anything that's new in the radio, something interesting, or I go back to old favorites like Joni
Sex
Mitchell.
Pistols, things like
Well,
that.
yeah, melodic stuff like that. But or funk like Bobby Brown, stuff like that.
Now, you've been doing danceable music for quite a while. Do you still find there are people who basically are having difficulty with the switch you made, or not?
Not as much. I think some places where they remember the very early stuff and they didn't know all the stuff in between, I still have to explain it. But in the United States, where it's been a consistent success, 1983 was my first dance hit, so that's a long time ago. Some kids weren't even born then. But in some territories throughout Europe, when I didn't have as much success, it's a shock to them still.
Like, in Japan, Sheena Easton.
No, actually, Japan's pretty good because, they've hung with me throughout the years and, it's been consistent. But other places, they go, you grew your hair, and wait a minute, you didn't look like that when you did For Your Eyes Only. So, yeah, still difficult some places.
But you changed your looks, right? That's true. But that happened over the years?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm like everybody else. I get bored with how I look. I used to have short, black, spiky hair, which was dyed black. Now I have long, dyed red hair. And if I get bored with this, I'll cut it, I'll change the color. And my clothes change too, as my taste in fashion changes.
Do you think appearance is too important in the music business, or do you think it's got like the right value?
I don't think that it's as important as it maybe was when there was a visual gimmick. Like in the 70s when I was a teenager, the glitter rock, there was a certain statement in the clothes. I don't see that that's important now. People don't tend to wear a specific costume, to go out and perform. People just tend to express their own fashion tastes now.
But there's still a lot of musicians or stars who change their appearance, like get a nose job or a boob job or whatever. Would you do a thing like that or not?
Absolutely, if I needed to.
Yeah?
When I get older, if I'm like 50 years old and I decide I need a facelift, I'll be there, I'll get it. I'm definitely vain enough to want to keep this going up if I need it, but I've got a few years to go, thank God.
Okay, or have a couple of ribs removed?
Oh, no.
What Cher did?
She never did that. I
No?
know Cher, and she never had that done. That's just a rumor. I think that if somebody has their nose fixed or something, it makes them feel more confident, then good luck to them. If it makes them feel good, do it. But I don't think there's very many operations performed that are bad for your health, but if they were, I wouldn't approve of that.
Okay, now about your album. You co-wrote a couple of songs, right?
Yeah, 3 of them.
Is it a goal of you to write more songs or write an entire album yourself?
Well, I've been writing for about 5 years, and in the past, the songs that I've written, Prince has recorded, we've done as duets, stuff like that. This is the first album I've included any of my own material as a solo album, and I continue to write and hopefully get better, because I'm still learning as a writer. And I don't think there'll ever be a foreseeable album where I'll write all of the songs unless I improve, unless I get steadily better. For this album, I wrote 15, but I only kept 3.
So you're really careful with that?
Well, yeah, I think you've got to be self-critical so that you don't get carried away with your ego,
Okay. Now, what are your favorite places to get song ideas? Where do you get your best ideas?
Well, in very inconvenient places sometimes.
Elevators.
Well, yeah, or in the shower, or
In the
driving
shower?
your car. Or when I take my dogs for walks and stuff, like maybe you'll be sitting at the desk trying to finish a song, you know, and you're like up all night, it won't happen. So you jump in the shower, and that's when it happens. You think, I've got the second verse, so.
So how does that work when you co-write a song with somebody? You're like, hi.
Well, you say, pass the soap and let's finish. No, what usually happens is when I'm co-writing is I write the lyrics and send the lyrics to my musician, whoever writes the music, and they put it to it. I don't tell them that I came up with it in the shower.
Okay, now one last question because we gotta hurry.
Okay.
Acting, what are your plans with that? Can we see you in a movie real soon or not?
Well, I was going to make a very short tour this year and do some acting this year, but the single started to do very well, very quickly in the States, and all of the requests for performances have come in, and if we fulfill all of the requests, the tour will go on until December. So it means I won't be able to perform until next year. I mean, to act until next year.
We'll see you singing on our countdown stage in a moment. If you ever need somebody to co-write a song with you, call me.
You'll pass the soap?
Yeah, I'll pass the soap. Okay, thanks a lot for being here. Your favorite video, what's that?
It's Money for Nothing, Dire Straits.
I think we can see it, yeah, right there.
Great.
Hi, we're the Bangles.
You're watching Countdown,
Europe's #1 rock show.